Iris here. This is just going to be a quick video on encouraging you to go outside and plug in and charge up in nature. Let me show you where I am on top of this tiny mountain, but check out that view. Not bad, huh? Loving it. This morning I was feeling a little wonky because the sun wasn't out enough for me to really get some good sun gazing in, and I woke up late. I set my alarm wrong, so I couldn't exercise the way that I normally do in the morning. I was just a little out of it and weird. And I said, oh, that means I need to balance and be outside. So, yeah, I came out here and I can feel my energy shifting more. I feel myself coming more into my body and feeling cooler, like temperature-wise, but in my energy body. It's interesting because I'm susceptible historically to EMF fever. Like after I've been on the computer or the phone for too long, I start getting this heat feeling rising in the middle of my body, and not a good one. I'm not talking like awesome Kundalini stuff. I'm talking like, feels like infection. Like, you know, if you get a cut on your finger and then it gets infected and it's hot, it feels kind of like that. And there are certain crystals that help with that. Like, for instance, I have this big chunk of lepidolite that I've been obsessed with lately and carrying it around and keeping it in my computer bag. And whenever I'm online or working or whatever, I take it out and hold it because it helps to transmute sketchy EMF energies. But the best thing you can do is go outside, even for a little bit. I'm probably only going to spend like 20 minutes tops out here because I have to go back and do a session soon. But it makes a huge difference, and this is why. So if you've never heard of Kirlian photography, look it up. It's K-I-R-L-I-A-N, and look up a bunch of pictures of it because it's a way of taking a photograph of the energy of being. So it's done a lot with plants. And you can see the difference between living plants and dead plants, either plants that have died or plants that have been cooked. So you'll see that with the living ones, there's this amazing lightning-looking stuff coming out from them. It's their energy. It's their electrical circulatory system. Like everything has. That's how acupuncture works, acupressure too. And it's also how you can tie an electrode or attach an electrode somewhere, send a electrical current through it, and like your muscles will jump. It's because your muscles work on electricity, as does the rest of your body, as well as chemical stuff, but that's also governed by the electrical stuff. So we are made up of mostly water. We're not like a wire that carries electricity and then has a solid casing around it to not let it out. Our skin is really soft. This is totally random, but I was watching Jurassic Park last night, long story, and I was looking at the, fake CGI dinosaurs in the movie, and I was thinking how kind of pansy-ish we are as a species physically. Like, we don't have these scales or thick hides to protect us. We don't have teeth and claws and stuff. We have the brains. However, our bodies are very soft and tender, and I mean, think about how easy it is to cut yourself by accident with a knife versus cutting like a carrot. We're not even as tough as a carrot. So anyway, the point of all that is to say that we're made of mostly water, and water conducts electricity, and all these chemicals and all these molecules and stuff that also make us up are the carriers for that electrical current, as well as the actual lines, like the veins and arteries, but made of energy rather than blood. And it doesn't stop at our skin. So we're this bubble of electrical energy walking around, sending out our own little lightning bolts, like the lightning bolts coming off of the plants in Kirlian photography. And when we are indoors, what happens is that we're cut off from plugging in, literally plugging in, like plugging into a wall. And when you come outside around living stuff, like all this stuff that's alive everywhere, what happens is the bodies that we have evolved in, which are meant to always be connected, literally, electrically, to all this stuff, can plug in and can get clear and clean, because we're supposed to always be transferring and transmitting and exchanging energy all around us. We're not supposed to be a bubble of it. And when you're surrounded by plaster and paint and wires and electrical currents going in right angles and stuff like that, it will drain you and it'll poison you. So you have to get outside and come to what is meant to be from time to time. I'm not saying you should live in a tent, although that would be awesome if you pull it off. But it is important to come out if you want to be your best self and if you want to be happiest and feel cleanest internally. And it's good to do this. So, yeah, plug in, charge up. You'll see the difference. If you can just go find a spot. I mean, I'm just sitting on the grass. Like, here's my little jacket that I was wearing, and it's just grass. It's just a spot. There's nothing special. I haven't found a good climbing tree in this neighborhood yet. I'm on it. I'm looking, but as you can see, it's kind of like brush everywhere in these tiny trees, and I love this nature thing here, but it's a different ecosystem than what I'm used to. I'm mostly a tree girl, so I have to find one. Anyway, I digress. The point is, go outside and try it, even if it's cold. If it's cold, allow the cool air to cleanse you. I was telling that to one of my students the other day who lives in cold weather, and I saw how she's transmitting all this meditative stuff right now, and she's supposed to go out in the cold and let it ground her and let it clear out the stuff that she's letting go of as she's transmitting. Anyway, I hope you all are doing fantastically well. It's a beautiful week. The class that I'm teaching is going well. Two of them. One is the Quantum Consciousness Series with Polly. That's consciousnnessseries.com. Watch out, it's 3 S's in a row. And the other one is my Intuitive Development course, which you can find at karismalina.com. And it's going into week 2, but you can still sign up because it's at your own pace kind of thing. Anyway, that's all the plugging I'll do for now. Oh, except I'm still working on the book. Hope to sit down and get more. I'm getting downloads faster than I can write them, than I can type them, so I'm going to have to figure out a good schedule of figuring out how to get it down on paper or on an electronic file before it's gone, because there's a limited time for how long stuff stays in my brain, which is why I have to put in these videos to remember myself later. Anyway, go in peace. Have a great day. I'll talk to you again very soon.